Hi, my name is Grant. Can I ask you some tough questions? Are you having a tough time recruiting the right individuals who would succeed as substitute teachers in your district? Are you struggling trying to find ways to train your substitute teachers so that on the first day in the classroom, they are confident and have a great experience so they will take on more assignments? Are you finding it difficult to retain the best substitute teachers so they want to come back year after year? You're not alone. Since 1995, we have been listening to the challenges school administrators face and helping them meet these challenges. We have seen firsthand school districts struggle with managing substitute teaching, often missing the mark because they didn't know what to do. There are solutions. In fact, there are specific steps you can take right now that will make a big impact on your substitute teaching program. The impact can be felt immediately with higher quality substitutes, lower complaints, and best of all, more satisfied faculty and students. The best part? You will not only make a difference in the lives of the students in your district, but make your job and the jobs of others in the sub-office much easier. Your students will be having a much better experience with someone who is trained and can implement the lessons left by the permanent teacher. And you will be the one who made it happen. In your office, you'll notice a dramatic decrease in complaints registered against substitute teachers. And you'll find it much easier to recruit, screen, and onboard those who are already proven to be successful. What makes a great substitute teacher? Do the best substitutes need to be certified? Is college required? Is a bachelor's or associate's degree needed? How about a master's or PhD? Does the higher education level make a better substitute? The answer may surprise you. It even surprised us. Through our research studies, we have found that there is no correlation between the education level of the substitute and his or her success in the classroom. Our research has proven that someone who has a PhD is not likely to be more successful than a sub who has no college training. So, what makes a great substitute teacher? It is someone who can understand and implement the lesson plan left by the permanent teacher, maintain classroom control, maintain a high rate of positive interactions with students, teach their expectations to students, respond non-coercively to consequential behavior, avoid becoming trapped, come with activity ideas to keep the students engaged in learning, no matter the age. The secret has very little to do with higher education. The secret has everything to do with learning the skills that separate mediocre teachers from the exceptional teachers. Offering more money does not turn subpar substitutes into superstar substitutes. We have also watched districts raise the pay for substitute teachers as a way of attracting more substitutes. The results were dismal. Only a few more individuals came in, and they did not last, even though they were paid more money, a costly mistake. Does lowering requirements help? Again, no. We have observed districts lower their entry requirements. Some districts were so desperate, they would basically accept everyone and anyone, as long as they would pass the background check. Let me ask you, would you want to work in an organization that had no standards? How would you feel knowing that you were hired basically because you could breathe? Every teacher in the district would assume that you and all the other substitute teachers barely met these minimum standards. There is a better way, but a mind shift is needed. Training is key. Through our research, we have discovered that implementing a training program actually attracted more individuals and brought in better substitute teachers. It's not more money. It's not just recognition. It's not just flexible hours. These are nice, but training gives the substitute the confidence and power to step into any classroom and make a difference. We teach a college-level course. Our course was developed at Utah State University and is taught at colleges and universities across the nation. It's called SubSkills. It is not the easiest course, but it is the best. It is not the cheapest, but it is the most comprehensive. Like a college-level course, it has the same rigor and standards of other college classes, yet written for those not familiar with education. We have put the key teaching skills taught in college courses into a single course. That's because we focus on what really matters, what's most important. It's education plus technical training. In college, we get educated. we learn to think and make decisions. At technical schools, we learn the skills of a specific trade, such as building a house or repairing a car. We found that combining both education and technical training, we could help the substitute teacher accomplish great things in the classroom. Our course is for the inexperienced rookie and the seasoned, experienced professional teacher. People who have taken the course call it practical, effective, spot on, powerful. In fact, the longer a substitute has been in the classroom, the more they recognize the power of our simple strategies. Most certified teachers who take the course ask, "Why wasn't I taught these effective strategies so efficiently when I went to school?" At STEDI.org, we train substitute teachers. Our proven methods simply work. Why does a trained substitute teacher make a difference? As a school administrator, it is your job to find the right individuals to be with your students every day. We know that permanent teachers cannot be in the classroom every day. It's on those days when you need to make sure there is someone, a trained substitute, who can continue the lessons and take over the class. You don't need a babysitter. You need a substitute teacher who can jump right in and take control and get the job done. You need a substitute to not only cover the classroom, but increase student achievement at the same time. You need a substitute teacher who could improve the on-task behavior of the students by 50% when the permanent teacher is out of the classroom. You need a substitute who could generate an overall 4% improvement in student achievement throughout your school system. That is the power of a trained substitute teacher. No other investment in education would have such an impact on student achievement. Which brings me to investment. Who is going to invest in these individuals who are substitute teaching, particularly those who don't have a teaching degree? The district could invest in these non-certified folks, but you might think you'll be spending a lot of money on those who won't work out and leave the district. Did you know that 80% of those in your subpool want to continue to work in your district? It is not a waste of money. The substitute teacher could invest in their own training, but you may think that it already costs so much to become a substitute teacher: fingerprinting, background checks, testing. That only leaves one other person to invest in those who are going into the classroom, and that is the student. But now it is not an investment, it is a cost, and a very expensive cost that each and every student in the system will be required to pay. No wonder students try to play tricks on subs and don't respect them. You didn't show respect for them by allowing just anybody to come in, because all you wanted was a babysitter. Remember, 1 full year of a child's K-12 education is taught by a substitute teacher. Knowing this, the investment then is well worth the price. Let's start with how much is the investment. Can you remember how much the cost of a college credit was? Currently, it's around $258 per college credit, and it would take around 10 hours over the period of a semester for a 1 credit hour course. And, unfortunately, most college-level classes are taught on campus and require attendance on campus. We expect our permanent teachers to complete anywhere from 85 to 120 of those college credits to get a teaching degree. What do we expect from those who are filling in for when the permanent teacher needs to be gone? A single credit is not too much to require, is it? Our course is affordable. Our SubSkills online training course is the most effective course to help non-certified individuals to be effective substitute teachers. This is a 1-credit, college-level course developed at Utah State University. It has all the elements of an effective class taught on campus, but with some very appealing advantages. First, it doesn't cost $258. It doesn't even cost half that. The cost is only $39.95, yet has the same rigor and effectiveness as if it is taught on campus. Second, our course is completed in the comfort and privacy of the applicant's home and at their own convenience. Third, our course takes less than 10 hours to complete. There may be other courses out there, but they require 22 hours to complete to cover less material than the SubSkills course does, and without the rigor of a college course developed at a university. Did you notice we said that other courses take too long? We value the time of the substitute. Thus, we have packed in everything they need to know in a course that takes only 10 hours or less to complete. And Unlike an on-campus college course, where one can show up just for the final and pass the course, our course participants need to complete the training prior to attempting the assessments at the end of each section. You'll know that they have learned the material. Inexpensive and fast. So, for less than $40 and for less than 10 hours, an individual can go from a babysitter to a trained substitute professional, a person who can understand and implement the lessons left by the permanent teacher, manage a class successfully, act as a professional in all situations, especially the stressful ones, work with students with special needs, handle the legal aspects of the job, preventing lawsuits. Your district's legal counsel will especially like this one. Remember, there are 3 options to pay for the training. First, bulk discounts. We realize you may have a lot of new substitutes and returning substitutes. We know you must live under a budget for training. That is why we offer a significant savings when you buy in bulk, whether you choose our online course or our printed handbook for live on-site training. It's worth calling to find out what the investment would be if you choose to have the district pay for the course. Second, some districts and organizations reward the substitute teacher applicants who pay for their own training. They offer them an immediate job or a pay raise as a reward. A job is a tremendous reward for only $40 worth of investment on the part of the individual. We expect our office staff to know how to type on a computer or our mechanics to know how to repair a diesel engine. Why wouldn't we expect those individuals who are replacing our most skilled individuals in the school system to have the skills they need to be successful? And $40 is far less than a single day's pay. What a great return on investment for both the district and the individual. Research has shown that you'll get a higher quality applicant just by requiring them to pay for their own training than if you had paid for it. The substitutes that invest in their own training perform better than those who have it paid for them. The third option is the most expensive and costly. The students will pay. If the district doesn't pay, or the applicant doesn't pay, then the students will have to pay, and they will pay a very high price, class after class, year after year, if their substitute teacher is not trained. There are also creative solutions, such as some districts found it better to pay for the fingerprinting and have the applicant pay for their own training. This way, the district paid for the fingerprinting for only those who had completed the training and were truly interested in becoming a substitute teacher. What do you do now? It only takes a small change on your requirements to become a substitute teacher that shows applicants that you want them to teach, not to babysit. That little change will also help attract the right kind of people you want in the classroom. You will find that those who will do well in the classroom will be coming out of the woodwork to get a job with you. After all, they are looking to make a positive difference in the lives of students. They know the rewards of teaching. They know that it's more than the 3 reasons most people teach: June, July, and August. Just kidding. They know that at the end of the day, they have made a difference in a student's life. These substitute teachers can't pay you enough to make them feel that way. But you can make sure they get started off on the right foot. So, what are your next steps? Step 1. On this webpage, you'll find a link to wording to put on your website that'll help attract those you want in the classroom. Put this up as soon as possible. Step 2. You can also follow the links on these pages to learn more about substitute teaching training, download brochures, and become familiar to how you can implement training in your district. Step 3. Now call today to get your district packet to implement these changes. We can help you at 435-755-7800, extension 704, and you can send us an email at info@stedi.org. We can provide you with powerful tools to help you bring your team and your supervisors on board to training your substitute teachers immediately. No matter how you choose to contact us, let's start a relationship of helping you attract, train, and retain the very best substitute teachers possible.